Okay, I just got these in the mail. I bought the Costco Kirkland Comfort Walkers. Okay, so I haven't even opened the box yet. I am going to do a comparison to what I believe is the dupe to these when I first saw them online. So let's get into it. The Comfort Walker by Costco, the Kirkland brand, they say it's water repellent, stain resistant, breathable engineered mesh upper, slip resistant outsole, high cushion midsole, cushion sock liner, pull tab with reflective detail. Now, at first glance, when you guys see this online, I don't know about you, but it looked like a pair of Hoka Bondies, kind of like a Clifton, but because of the back end, it looked like a Bondi to me. So let's take a look at it. It's the first time I'm opening it, so why don't you come look. I also bought them in what I believe to be my size because they look like Hokas to me. So here we go. Wow. Oh, okay, they're connected together. And I guess I'll have to cut this off so I can show you. Wow, okay. Those are cushy. Take a look at that. The side mesh is kind of nice. This is what makes it look like a Bondi to me. This is probably that reflective section. I don't know. I really hate these. I already don't like the laces. They're really fat laces, and I can already tell. Now, I don't think these are really made for running by any means. I think they're just really for walking. They're called, yeah, Comfort Walkers. So these laces will probably slip if you try to run on them. And I mean, the sole is very Hoka-like. There is a lot of tread here. I can see this lasting a very long time in terms of the thickness of that sole. Whereas other sneaker brands, there's a lot less sole for weight savings. I think this is not about weight savings. This is all about longevity. They feel nice. The tongue is very soft. You get a little closer and you can see, excuse me, Zoe. You can see the tongue is not gusseted. It is not connected to the side of the shoe at all. It does have that little tab here in the middle of the tongue where you can run the shoelace through to help keep it from sliding side to side. But if your foot or you walk a certain way, it's likely the tongue is going to slip to the left or to the right. Weight-wise, it's okay, it's fine. I don't think it looks particularly amazing. I think it looks very functional. It definitely has that Kirkland signature branding on the tongue. And the interior, let's just pull out the pad. The foot pad or shoe pad, it's just as thick as any other sneaker I have in terms of Hokas or On Runnings or On Clouds. Let me just shove this back in. I'll do that. Can I do that now? Yeah, I can get that right back in there. So this is the Kirkland Comfort Walker, 8.5. So let me try it on, and then we'll talk about how it compares to actual Hokas, because again, that's what I think they look like. So I have to readjust these laces. Literally, UPS just dropped them off. I did get these. I think they're $32 a pair. If you buy 2 or more pairs, you get an additional $10 off. So I just bought 2 pairs, and just see if I like them or not. So let me just try them on as they are. I'm not going to adjust the shoelaces by much, just to put them on. And let me just put the other one on too, just so I can get a nice comparison. There's no cardboard or stuffing in the shoe like you would get when you buy shoes in the store or for any other brand, Hokas or On Running or Nike. So I guess there's some cost savings there. Well, you definitely have to like that Kirkland label on the tongue because it is very apparent. Thank goodness it's not black, it's just white. Let me just stand up. Oh, they are comfortable. And looking from up down, actually does not look bad. Now, what do you all think? It's actually quite nice. It's definitely the same sizing structure as my Hokas. Hokas are fairly consistent across all their models. It is very cushy. I mean, this is a very supportive, soft shoe. It is actually not bad at all, depending on your use for it. I can definitely see using it for walkers. I'll probably just use them for kicking around. These are definitely not style shoes by any means. It's actually really comfortable. And for 30 bucks, $32 less $5 gets you under 30, so it's like $28 for a pair of sneakers. Now, who's to know how long these will last, but the tread is quite thick compared to most other shoe brands. I think it looks better on than looking at it like this. So I would say it looks closest to what I own. Now these are a little dirty, but you can see, to a pair of, these are Clifton 7s. These are a little old. I think they're up to Clifton 8 or 9s by now. But it's very similar. But you see the back end of the Hoka Cliftons has a little heel area to cup in your heel, or I call like a little winglet. I think it definitely looks very similar, but the Hokas look better. You can see on the Hokas it's got these like angular look on the fabric, whereas it's very almost exactly the same actually. The difference is on the foam. On the Hokas has a little bit more style to it, whereas the Kirklands don't. The Hokas are white, more or less, and black, which I don't think is necessarily horrible because it doesn't really matter that much on the bottom of the sole. From a weight perspective, Kirklands are way heavier. The sole of the Kirklands go all the way through from heel to toe, even down the middle, whereas on most running shoes, it goes heel, and then it kind of stops in the middle where the arch is, and then back into the front of your foot pad as weight savings. So there's a lot less tread on this. So these definitely do not last as long as you'd like them to be. But the weight savings when you're running makes a big difference. I think from a cushiness factor, when I squeeze these at the same time, the Kirklands are way easier for me to put pressure into. The Hokas are firmer. So this is, if you were gonna run in this, which I don't think you probably would because they're labeled a comfort walker, it'd be really wobbly. I think fore and aft and side to side. I think it feels good. I think it looks okay. You're definitely not going to win style points with these. It's clearly not the same as a pair of Hoka Arahis. You can see the Arahis, it kicks out on the back with the same wing on the top, and then on the bottom of the sole, when you come down, especially if you're coming downhill, this helps. This doesn't have it. That's why I think I'll have to put a picture somewhere here of a Hoka Bondi. I think this is very close to a Bondi. So I think it's very consistent with sizing of Hokas. I always wear 8.5 in a Hoka. These are 8.5 in the Kirkland Comfort Walkers. I am going to probably keep these for under $30 a pair. They do say that they're water repellent and stain resistant. That leaves, that's going to be more of like, I guess, a long-term review. And I'll probably wear these when I'm washing the car or something, or just running outside to do something that is not really engaging or athletic, because again, it's a walker, not a runner. But for what it is and for the price it is, I think it could be a winner. It could be a winner as long as you're okay with the Kirkland on the tongue.